All right. Hello, everyone. I am Lumi Luna or Jazz. I am UNM's Cherry and Silver Overwatch co-coordinator, and I've been playing Overwatch for a little over a year now, so I'm very excited for today's match. And right here next to me is
Hi, my name is Kay. I've been playing for about 6 years. I've been on since Overwatch 1. Overwatch is a team based FPS game that is free to play where 5 players will be facing off against another 5 player team.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for today's match. Today we have UNM Cherry playing against Oklahoma City University, so we are very excited. And we are also in for a new meta today since just recently, I think yesterday, we had an update to the game where there was a Sombra rework. So we may be seeing a little bit more of Sombra today in our matches. I am not sure. There has also been a new map that was added, which is Samoa. So we are very excited to see that. But sadly, we're not going to be seeing it today during this match since NECC says that it will not be played today or for a little over a month, from what I remember.
Any opinions on the new map? Have you played it at all?
I actually have. The new map's really fun. I thought it would be like a Flashpoint type of map, but instead it's like the King of the Hill kind of thing, like where you need to like specifically just stay on point and then it'll move on to a different one instead of like you staying on one map. You will be switching. So to me, in my opinion, that map should actually be a Flashpoint more than anything else, since there's a lot in it. Like you should be able to explore it a little bit more. I did do a custom game on it last night just to like explore each map, which was really fun. I like the second one where you drop into like the lava pit. That was really
Mm.
cool.
It's a beautiful map,
That
beautiful graphics.
mhm.
I love the lava pit. You don't see much of that on the other maps.
No, that one's like really unique. So I'm actually really excited for the new tank that's coming next season.
Yeah, yeah. Recent Alari, we're in for other category heroes as well.
Yeah, wonder how everything's gonna be working.
I also believe we also have a hog rework, a slight hog rework.
Oh right, that's mid-season. I wonder how that's gonna be working with the meta. Like, do you think more people are gonna end up playing it later in the future with that rework, or no? Would it just stick to the Orisa, Zarya, and Sig?
I think honestly, we're just gonna have to see. But based on how many people have been running around with the new forgive me, Sombra update, I think
Ooh.
we will be able to see maybe some hog plays.
Honestly, as a Sombra main, I'm very happy with that rework. I'm more annoying than ever. A lot of people do not like me.
Definitely a lot of Sombra mischief going around.
Whoops. What about you? Have you tried the new Sombra?
I am not very good at Sombra. I am a support main, so I have been
Hmm.
playing a lot of Alari actually.
How's she working out?
She is very strong if you know how to play her well. I
Mm.
definitely do like her weapon mechanics.
Mm.
I think it's very unique.
Yeah, her weapon mechanics remind me a lot of Sojourn, like with her beam.
Yes, yes.
Like the charge on that too. Like that's really fun.
Her ultimate is very reminiscent of her gun mechanics.
That is true.
Hmm.
There's also been a new update in itself with the Halloween skins and stuff. There is a new Moira skin, which is the Lilith skin, which is a collaboration with
Diablo.
Diablo. So it is. I absolutely love the skin. It is beautiful. It is really well made. Like Blizzard worked really hard for that skin. Like wow. Same thing with the new Sombra rework for her Demon Slayer skin or whatever. Like that's really pretty too.
I didn't see a lot of changes in that skin. Maybe just a few color
There
changes.
was a few color changes. Like the original stick to brown and gold,
Yeah.
but now with this new one, we have purple hinted on it, like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
her tips, and I absolutely love that. The purple is beautiful.
Reminiscent of her original color palette. I
Mhm.
am liking that.
Yes, yes.
We also have some new skins for Alari,
Mhm.
and I believe we also have a new Widow
The
skin.
the the
Widowmaker?
yeah, widow. I'm trying to remember what it was. Like the bride one, right? The dead bride.
Uh, that's a good question.
It's the dead bride one. I'm pretty sure. I need to look at the battle pass again.
We also have a new Mercy skin, Zombie Medic, I believe. We
Hmm?
also have a new Echo skin, that's Haunted Doll, I believe.
Yeah, haunted doll. That one's beautiful.
Very beautiful
Later
indeed.
on this season, we will be seeing a new Mercy skin as well, the dead nurse one, the
Yes, Dead
zombie
Nurse,
nurse.
Dead Nurse.
That one looks
Zombie
really.
Nurse, Zombie
Mhm.
Nurse,
That
yes.
one looks really pretty.
That one's beautiful. I believe that is free in the Battle Pass.
I haven't seen it in the battle pass. It's not there. We may need to actually buy that with our credits.
I'm low on the funds.
Now it looks like that we have our first match. Oh, where are we?
Initiating.
All right. I do not remember what this map is actually.
Snowwatch Point Gibraltar.
It's Gibraltar?
Not.
No. I want to say Lijiang, but I don't think it's Lijiang. I'm having a major brain fart right now.
This is a capture the point map.
All right. We are waiting for each team right now to pick out their players or whatever. So let's see. Do you have any assumptions on what they're going to be playing?
I think Barracks is very good with Zarya, so we might be seeing some Zarya plays, but we might also see some Orisa.
I think we may end up seeing a lot of bubbles, most likely on Bastion. Like Zarya bubble on Bastion is really powerful. The objective has started. We have Zarya, Bastion, Mei, Bap, and Lulu.
We definitely see a lot of Baptiste players jumping right into the action. Immediately down with their Junkrat. Beautiful play. Barracks has also always been a little aggressive.
He's a very aggressive tank, but we absolutely love him.
He's a great tank, absolutely. Seem to be playing a safe distance away while also trying to slowly merge towards.
Both been playing a lot of Lucio, more so for Overwatch practice, since he's a very powerful player, or a very powerful character for everyone to know.
Absolutely.
Especially with his taxi ability.
UNM is dropping like flies, but let's see if they regroup and see if they can get that attack.
Kurama already seems to have his ultimate ready, same with Silhouette, so let's see how they will play those out.
They definitely develop those ults really quickly.
Oh, we see a tire.
Stuck on the wall.
The tire can't find anyone, and the tire found Silhouette. There we go. That was actually... P-Gator's doing pretty good with his immediate slide forward. Let's see if we can try creating some space for us to get back to point.
Taking a different approach and trying to go around them.
They are going right side.
Orisa's ulting. Let's see if she gets any kills.
She got one. She got Kurama. It's very interesting.
Let's see if we can save this play.
Bubble has been used. Silhouette's back at having... Ooh, I think almost everyone has their ults.
We're seeing a lot of ults being used. Good plays, good plays.
Very good plays.
Lots of ults being used. A window and wheels combo.
The trap placements from Oklahoma's Junkrat are amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely getting a lot of the UNM players.
The team really needs to be looking out for those traps because...
Absolutely.
Because
we're going to see if Keegan can get some kills with that ult. We see Kurama has switched characters.
First objective has been secured to Oklahoma City University.
Congratulations on their part. Let's see if UNM can
Get
back.
Yeah. Those are really interesting plays. That was a really fast game.
It was, yeah. A lot of ults being developed super fast.
Yeah, I've never seen ults develop that quickly.
Definitely not in the lobbies I play.
Same here. Oh, Kiri has been switched. Let's go, Kiriko.
We also see a pharmacy play.
Ooh, that's fun. And
This is Lijiang Tower, actually.
Oh wait, I was right. It is Lijiang.
Pharmacy is a good play here. Lots of
Mhm.
open air, lots of open area to see if we can get some good picks here.
That's very high. I've never seen a pharmacy used like in this map before, in all honesty.
Very good play style with Silhouette. She's keeping a good distance away from the action while also staying tethered to their Pharah.
Mhm.
Dropping down. Let's see if they can get a pick.
Looks like UNM has been able to grab this, grab the point first. So let's see if they can hold on.
Thanks for the assist.
Gonna try to keep Oklahoma back at their spawn.
Good point in and point coming. Good picks.
Absolutely. Barracks has taken down a lot of their players.
Keygator zooming around as our tracer. Just going wee, zoom zoom.
Keeping a good distance.
Definitely with that Farm Mercy, it can be really annoying.
Absolutely.
Especially with her E or her pushback.
Yeah. Oklahoma has to be careful with her boop ability.
Yep.
As they can easily just be.
Bozeman is keeping a really good distance away from the fight, being able to see everyone and being able to heal.
That's definitely a really good skill for a support to have. Still being into action and being able to heal your teammates while still being safe.
Yeah, in all honesty, I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance.
It really is. Rush has
we
been
see
used.
Rush. Absolutely.
Looks like the opposite
see
team
some
has used
flanking.
window. Whoa. Good
Barracks
beam.
is
That was
in
that,
on the
that
net.
was a really good beam.
Absolutely. Beautiful plays.
Let's see if he can stay alive. Oh.
Barracks has developed his ult though.
Yeah, that is a really good thing. Ooh, dang, that almost looks like a team kill. Alright.
Oklahoma has the point, but they still have plenty of time to get back that point.
I don't see any issues in them getting that back, especially with that Far Mercy.
Definitely trying to keep aware of that Far Mercy.
I think they're using their rocket barrage just to, or not the rocket barrage, but they want to keep their height up so then they,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so then the people cannot see them.
He's
Oh,
immediately
unlucky.
taken down.
That is unlucky.
Oh,
Wait. There's a soldier ult being used. His
enemy soldier.
Oh, nice recall. Tracer bomb has been acquired.
No kills, but a good amount of damage.
UNM now has the point back, so let's see if they can hold off.
Let's see, all they have to do is stall.
Zarya's down.
If they can keep Oklahoma from this objective, they might be able to skirt past.
Kurama has
Rushing
switched
back.
to Genji. We are now in overtime. What?
Kurama has a lot of hours on Genji. Playing ball to try to get back to that objective as quick as possible.
Speed characters are very much needed now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would want to keep that speed up, and also just like with balls, grapple, and like him being able to circle around, especially that point, it would be really beneficial with that boop.
You definitely see a lot of ball when you're trying to save that objective.
Silhouette has switched to Ana, one of her main characters.
Barracks is trying to.
Whoa, Genji's flying around.
Trying to save that objective.
That is a
Last-ditch
lot of
effort.
ults. Everyone's trying. Nice sleep. Really good game.
Good win. Good win.
Very good win. Now,
Congratulations
nice
to Karama.
Kurama. Let's see what this play was.
I believe this is the combo where Barracks.
Oh, with the window.
Yes. Definitely
Nice.
a good combination.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful combination when used correctly.
That was a really awesome game. I really enjoyed that. What did you think about that? Like,
Fast game.
those,
Fast game.
that was really fast. We did see more of like Lucio being used at the beginning, but then that switch over to Kiriko was really smart. Like her switch between like her really beneficial healing and like her kunais, especially with those headshots. Like you can two shot people from across the map with those.
Really good switch to to Ana from Silhouette, as she can do a high healing output.
Mm-hmm. Like especially with her sleeps too. Like she's really accurate with her sleeps.
She is great with her sleeps, and she's
Mhm.
really proficient with her antis as well. Immediately can
Her
take down a team.
So right now we are waiting for the next map. Loser teams are able to pick the next map while the winner bans one map. So I'm pretty sure the next one is a push or an escort.
That is a great question.
I'm pretty sure it's a push or escort. I could be wrong. So, what else did you think about that game? Like something that you noticed with the other team specifically?
The other team was really good with balancing when to withdraw, but also when to push,
Mm-hmm.
and really good with their ult control.
Yeah, same thing with with UNM as well. Like they were really good at like knowing when to push back or when to pull back and like come back forward in certain fights. Like they knew exactly like if they were gonna lose that specific fight and knew when to come back and regain their ults. Like with each fight, we could see that each person had their ult back pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Like you need your ults in almost every fight. Like it's very beneficial to have. You do not want to like ult hog or like hold on to it because you never know like if you actually do need it for the next fight or something. Like you could always build it fast, like build it back pretty quickly.
A good skill to have
Mhm.
when you get a little more advanced in the game is ult counting, where you track which ults have been used, predicting what ults are going to be used, who has their ult.
Mhm. Those are really. I always love playing like having players like that. Like
Yes.
being able to ult count. Like I'm getting better at that, but I really need to figure that specific mechanic out better or more. You know.
It's a hard mechanic, especially when you're in the heat of a moment, trying to save an objective.
Also, like just trying to save people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Another good thing about like Kiriko as well, like I keep going back to her because like that's all I've been playing her. I've just been playing her nonstop. Is her cleanse.
Absolutely.
Her cleanse does a lot. It can negate most of like all the other supports like major, like what is it like their other bombs or whatever their
Their
throats.
antis,
Yeah, their antis.
It can reverse a lot of Alari's sun burst, I believe.
Yeah, it negates the burst. It negates
Antis.
Also
And fire.
Also the same thing for JQ's
Yes. Her antis.
yeah,
Her antis.
Basic learn Kiri. She's very beneficial to your team. Kiri's good. I love her.
It's definitely a struggle, though, to balance when to
Mhm.
use cleanse and when to hold on to it, because a lot of characters will wait. A lot of players will wait
for
until,
that cleanse.
Yeah.
Especially
And then, yeah.
that cooldown's really long too. It's like 11, 12 seconds in a fight, and you need if you have like a really good like you're playing against another person that's really good at like counting those cleanses or those cooldowns. You really need to be careful when like knowing when you need to like back up and like, hey, I do not have this. If you're on team calls, call out that you do not have it anymore, so then they can try helping you out and you can TP out or teleport.
Yes. When you get to the higher levels, communication is really important. In
Mhm.
the lower lobbies, you don't really see a lot of communication, but a lot of people are just new to the game and might not have that communication skills.
I mean, if there is communications, it'll just be really toxic to people.
Yes.
They'll
Yeah.
be like, why aren't you healing enough when you actually are doing your job? It's just the other person's too far away.
I've played with a substantial amount of the players, and all of them have really good communication.
Communication's really good with our teams. So especially with what we've seen with the other team or with Oklahoma, we can tell that they also have really good communication based off of their plays going back and forth.
A lot of the JV has also been helping out with
Not JV.
a lot of the varsity has also been helping out with JV, and I can
Mhm.
see a lot of improvement on the JV side. I see Endless, forgive me, JV's
Tank.
tank, and they've gotten really, really proficient with the call outs.
Mhm. Yeah, that honestly, I love seeing the growth between both teams. Like it has been an awesome season so far. Just seeing them like grow from where we were at the beginning.
Absolutely, you can see a lot of improvement on both sides.
Especially like from my end, like I get to see everything, and I'm like, wow, you guys like are doing so great.
I don't see it in a lot of scrims, but I definitely
Mhm.
see that they are improving and they're developing their skills as players, and they are definitely going to go far.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this next match.
Absolutely.
I wonder what is everyone up to though. Um, what other maps do you personally like though?
Kings Row.
Really?
I know a lot of the varsity players like Kings Row.
I love Kings Row. Kings Row is so good.
It's a great Widowmaker map.
Really? Yeah,
Well,
you
you
do
got
see
those
her.
perches.
Yeah, really good for snipers and our hit scan players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are really good, especially like those walls and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We've also been seeing a lot of May action too.
May has been making a comeback, especially
Yeah.
after like with her last. They did a rework with her. Blizzard put her back to where she was originally before they did like that really weird thing for a time. Like I forgot what her stats were.
We've been seeing a lot of comebacks from not so many played characters.
Mm-hmm.
We've been seeing a lot of Orisa. We've been seeing a lot of May.
We've been seeing a lot of JQ too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like JQ's been pretty good as well. Also Sigma.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like I've seen a lot more Sigma with a recent update and stuff. So
I know Varsity has been trying to experiment with their plays with
Mhm.
different tanks and building a team around that tank.
yeah, there's definitely been like a lot of reworks with each teams. Like I can tell that with like everybody else and stuff. Like especially like with my personal teams or whatever. Like we definitely be switching around a lot and just trying different things. Personally, one of my favorite maps is Dorado.
I love Dorado.
I love
Dorado's a
Dorado.
great
It's so
map.
fun. Also, Paricio, or Lucio's area, Brasil. That one's also a really fun one. I think I only like it because of the music,
Yeah.
because of like the escort car or whatever. Like
Yeah, the payload.
Yeah, the payload has such good music that goes with it. So I always like to stick around with it, be like, hey, like dance along with the music, even though you're supposed to be healing.
The one time it's not too bad to be a payload
The
princess.
one time it's not bad being payload princess. I absolutely love it. Least favorite map.
Hate to say it, but Samoa.
Really? Really? The new.
Maybe it's because I'm not used to it yet,
Mm.
but there's so many good ways to flank a team,
Mhm.
and maybe it's because of the comeback for Sombra and the
Yeah,
rework.
especially with her new invis immediate instead of you
Yeah.
pressing shift, like her
right
little
when
radius.
you're about to take out a Sombra, she zoops out into
Honestly.
action.
It's fun though. I mean, it's fun for me because I get to be annoying. It's fun.
It's not great when you're a support though,
It's
and they
like-
immediately take you out.
Yeah. It looks like we are heading into our next map.
Kings Row.
Hey! Kings Row is a really good map, as we said earlier, for our snipers and stuff, our hit scans. So we will see what we're gonna be playing as.
Looks like UNM is on the attack this round.
Ooh, fun. Oh, we're on defense?
Oh, defense.
Go defense. So this one's gonna have to deal with. We're probably gonna see. With this one, we're probably gonna see Widow with the attack.
It
You sh-
definitely has
we're-
that good perch point right here.
Either that or a Hanzo. But earlier today, Hanzo was taken off from the roster because there was a bug. But like literally about like 2 hours before a certain game, 2 hours before this game started, they said that Hanzo was clear to play on both unranked and ranked matches. So we will see if we'll see Hanzo here or not.
Looks like UNM has already traveled to the point. Gonna set up for defense. It's really good to have that high ground in this map.
High ground is super, super important in this match.
Absolutely. Having high ground can definitely make or break a game. The team immediately goes for it.
Wow. OSU has a soldier immediately out. You don't normally see a soldier out in this map. Usually you'll see like a Hanzo or a Widowmaker in this map.
Absolutely. We could see that OCU is actually seems very aggressive when on the attack.
Yeah, that was really fast on that attack, but they were able to hold off just a little bit.
Absolutely. Again, really good balance on backing up, but also knowing when to push.
Looks like we have a Zarya one-on-one.
Not seeing any picks yet, but we'll see as the game proceeds.
Knowing where health packs are is super important as well, because
Absolutely.
sometimes your supports won't be able to get to you in time. So you need to like know exactly where certain areas are.
Barracks has fallen.
Kurama has fallen. Ooh.
When your tank falls, it's really easy for your entire team to just fall apart.
Dang, team kill.
OCU definitely has that point.
All they can do now is just defend the path point, especially that corner that we see that they're walking past. That's a really good corner for you to just
Absolutely. Yeah.
keep, especially with all those walls.
It's definitely easy to get stuck in an ult though because of the narrow alleyways. So you definitely have to be good with your abilities.
Zarya's black hole was really good in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good to have sound barrier when the enemy team is ulting.
Looks like Kurama is waiting for people to go around a certain corner so then they can actually... There you go, he starts off with the dash.
Absolutely, yeah.
Genji's
That dash is really good.
His dash is really important for you to have, especially like when he's ulting and stuff. Since you have that multiple times, you can easily just be jumping around to different people.
Definitely develops that momentum, which is really important.
Looks like Black Hole has been used on both teams.
Sound barrier saving OCU from that play. Keeping that corner.
Kurama has been nano boosted from Ana.
Driving away OCU back to spawn.
That's a huge push.
Absolutely.
Wow.
OCU is definitely going to have to regroup.
Definitely gonna have to regroup and rethink that whole entire strat.
UNM is low on ults now, but they develop their ults extremely fast, especially in the higher lobbies. You see
I
that
think with that ult, the trade-offs was 2-to-1. I saw 2 ults for 1, so not bad. Window has been used from OCU.
Gonna try to stay away from that line of sight from the window while also trying to take out as many people as possible. Keygator, really good tactic of using the payload to hide from people.
I use the payload so much to hide.
It's a good resource when you're trying to avoid damage.
Especially from Diva's bomb.
Absolutely.
If you can't get behind anything, get behind the payload.
Looks like OCU has pushed to that checkpoint. UNM still has a chance to save themselves and save the round. If not, they always have time for the attack. It's really good, even if you lose the round, to take them into overtime.
Yes. Make them lose their time or whatever. So
Absolutely.
if both teams end up tying and they go into the final game or whatever, you would have beneficial timing wise.
Absolutely, yeah. Lots of ults being used.
I heard Lucio's AoE being used, so that probably saved a few people.
Really good picks from OCU.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely took down some UNM players. Bozeman taxiing some people trying to get back to the play as
Especially
soon as
taxing that
possible.
that Rhine.
Absolutely, yeah. With such a clunky character like Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get there as fast as possible, especially when the payload is so close. Good switch to Reinhardt.
Exactly. All it is right now is just trying to stick on point to make sure that they don't get picked.
Good time left with
OCU? Yep.
yes, OCU.
Really good time was they have what 2 minutes 50 for their next one.
2:50, yeah. A little under 3 minutes.
That's still you can do a lot with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So UNM has a lot to think about with this match as well. I find it a lot easier to be on the attacking than it is on
I do
defending.
as well, yeah.
Like I feel like you're quicker when you're attacking rather than like defending, because when you're defending you feel like time's taking too long. You just want it to end as soon as it can, you know?
You definitely have to be a lot more aware of
Your ult tracking.
and your teammates because it's such a long walk,
It really is.
especially when you have bulky characters like Ryan. So that's why it's a good idea to have a Lucio so you can taxi your clunkier characters to point.
Yeah. Because the bigger you are, the slower you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Looks like similar character loadouts.
But this time we have a Mei. Keygater has switched to Mei.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Mei plays.
Interesting how we're going to see this play. As we're flying around, we can see that Watermark, or I think Warmilk? He took a perch up in a high corner
Oh, yeah, yeah.
as a soldier too, and he has like a really good distance.
We're seeing a lot of Zarya mirroring.
Actually, we almost have like a whole team mirror from the last match.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a great wall, pinning off the other team so they couldn't escape, and damage output. Barracks is slowly falling. Let's see.
Ooh,
Beautiful lamp use.
yeah, beautiful lamp use.
Definitely saved Barracks.
Good wall off again.
Absolutely. Having that wall can definitely take down some characters really fast. Barracks is really good with his bubbles.
Very accurate.
Absolutely.
Bastion's in turret form.
And bubbled. You can definitely
Ooh.
get a lot of damage in when you are bubbled. In
Also
heals.
ult building too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Since Bastion's such a huge character, you wanna have him bubble, since like it's a bigger target for him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you always need to worry about your Bastions.
OCU's backing up.
Ooh,
UNM has
Bastion.
definitely made a big push. Good flank from OCU's soldier. Looks like UNM is capturing the point. Good time in
Yeah,
with
very
capture,
good time.
while still maintaining a good amount of ults.
They're ready for the next fight. We can see 3 ults are ready to be used.
Absolutely. Immediate push from UNM.
We could see a lot of use of that corner specifically. Like
Absolutely.
everybody always uses that corner.
That is a beautiful.
That is a really good ult.
Good lamp use though from OCU. Unfortunately, it was not enough.
That Mei
Team
ult right
kill.
there with the Zarya
Absolutely.
black hole, that was beautiful.
A good combination for when black hole wears off.
And on top of that, they were able to get out Lucio's AoE.
Yes, absolutely.
They were able to get him out, so now they don't have it for their next fight.
UNM has that advantage as OCU has a bit of a distance to walk back. Immediately pushing forward on UNM's side to try to keep that good distance. Passing by this really difficult corner.
Oh, good wall to block off that soldier ult.
Absolutely. Keygater is really efficient with those walls. Good balance of when to use walls.
They were focusing on their Lucio. Always good to pick off the healers first, or the supports first.
Absolutely. If your supports die, your team immediately falls.
I find that going after supports and tank usually is how it works.
Good wall. Good wall.
Very good wall. Broke off the team.
Good staggering. Well, not good for them. But they immediately stagger. Everyone's concerned about trying to live. There goes more milk. People have definitely started getting more creative with the names that they're allowed to use.
I always find it interesting. I love some of those names though.
People get really creative. There are some names that are a little
Out there.
good. That's a great corner corner to try to keep the attackers.
They're keeping really good time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Already at second point, they still have 4 minutes to get to the third point and send it into overtime.
Oh, beautiful
Ooh,
black
that is a
hole.
beautiful black hole with a Bastion ult.
Karama immediately taking out a good portion of the team. Team kill.
Team kill. That's 2 team kills this match.
Absolutely, yeah. Luckily for OCU, it's a much shorter walking time. They might try to pull out Rhine to see if they can counter that Zarya.
But they need to be careful with Maze, or with Keygator's ult since he does have freeze.
Yeah.
OCU looks like has used. Ooh, both teams have ended up using their windows from Baptiste. I like his ult. It really does boost like your projectiles and like your bullets and stuff. It's always good to be around.
That was a brilliant window placement.
On both teams,
Yeah.
especially both using the high grounds.
Absolutely. Taking advantage of that high ground can really make
Good
a
use
break.
of that wall.
You can definitely
And
Good
freeze
job.
right there.
Good job.
That was beautiful.
With
2 minutes and 19 seconds. Jinx.
Not
Looks-
as much as OCU, but definitely enough time to turn the tides.
Oh, looks like actually.
Oh, never mind. I'm a liar.
Oh wow.
And UNM is back on the defense.
So this is just gonna have to be whoever runs out the time.
Absolutely, yeah. See who can get the farthest.
I always hate it when it goes to these parts. I'm like, "Ugh, I just want it to end. I don't like it when it goes to these ties.
The pressure is definitely up when you get to these.
Honestly, I'm always shaking when I
Yeah.
get there. I'm like, I'm tired. Can we please stop?
Yeah. Seeing a very similar loadout. Oh, Keygator has switched to Sam. Try to see if they can hold off the team with
Using
those
her turrets.
Yeah.
Those turrets will be really beneficial along those walls.
I find that a lot of people take advantage of the vegetation.
Yes, because it's harder to see.
Yeah. And once you do find them, you're usually half health or something.
And you need to be quick. Like, it doesn't take much for you to like get those turrets out of the way, but it still does a lot of damage to you over time.
I see a lot of people start clustering those turrets so that they take down an enemy faster before they can find them.
The turrets on teleport, like the 3 turrets on teleport, does
Yeah.
a lot.
Immediately going into that fight.
Right now, all they just need to do is keep them pushed back.
Really important to keep that distance. You can see the supports are playing a little farther back.
We could see that Sim teleport that went immediately to the high ground
Absolutely.
into their in order for them to flank.
OCU has really good balance with Lamp. Definitely really good placement when trying to keep that team alive. Definitely saw Lamp being used when Black Hole was used, trying to keep that team alive as long as possible.
How long does Black Hole usually last? Is it like 8 seconds?
8 seconds sounds about right, yeah.
But that still can do a lot of damage when everyone's shooting at you.
Absolutely, especially paired with like Freeze or Bastion's
With Bastion's
ult.
turret.
Yeah,
No, even with him and his turret.
definitely take down a team really fast. Karama going in with that flank. Zarya's been ulted, I believe, or nanoed. Trying to keep
Ooh.
that room can definitely.
That room is very dangerous to be in. You do not want to get stuck in there.
Oh, great turret placement. Getting stuck in the room with that small room with turrets can definitely melt you down.
Another
Melt down
team
your
kill,
health.
and they have 30 seconds to get to point. Or to gain point.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people try using that room to get around to the other team and flank them.
If you use it right, you can really make that play. But it's a very risky play.
It really is.
Another black hole. Beautiful sound barrier on OCU. Fortunately, Barracks has...
It's sent into overtime.
Looks like OCU's going to get that point. Barracks trying to keep the line.
It's fine. They can still have some. It's still gonna stay in overtime until like they get a team kill or they can make it to another point.
UNM has been getting a lot of team kills, so we might be seeing some more team kills. That might make the play for them.
I can see that they're staying more towards the back, so maybe they're gonna give them like more room or have them stuck in that corner.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like the corner before the second point.
UNM was doing really good at keeping that point.
Using that room to their advantage and getting that team kill.
There are definitely a lot more spots where you can hold off the enemy team. Definitely using that little nook to the stairs. That's a great spot.
Ooh, Bastion with bubble.
Lot of ults.
This is gonna be a huge ult fight.
Looks like the enemy team has also switched to Sim. Definitely utilizing that shield is a great.
They just need to get him off. Ooh, team kill, and they've... That was so stressful to watch. Alright. Let's see if UNM can reach to that point.
UNM has a bit more time, and so hopefully they can use that time to make some good plays and get that point. And just a little bit of distance.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really get that far after they even reached their point, You know, like, where it's able to get that payload, they did not get that far. So if they do make it to that point that OCU was at, then it would mean that UNM has won that match.
UNM has gotten into the groove now. They're a lot more comfortable, getting team kills.
Definitely more coordinated.
Absolutely. Sticking with that same character lineup.
Looks like OCU decided to switch and using Junkrat.
That's an interesting play. I think that's a good idea.
Junkrat is really good on King's Row. I find him I see him a lot when I'm playing. Like especially since like his bombs can go pretty long distance. I would say that he's a hit scan, but I'm not sure.
OCU might be trying to get that.
Oh, that little
distance.
Look at his little dance. It's so cute. I love that dance. I love that emote. I want it. Immediate fight out. We can see those Junkrat bombs already. So
UNM trying to keep a closer lookout for those traps.
We could already see a huge push.
They definitely want to try to get as much time as possible.
They're trying to get good lamp. Their Junkrat is down.
Barracks gotta back up. It's okay. The distance is not too far. Again, a great OCU trap. Melted, unfortunately.
I still like seeing those traps. Like those are really good trap placements.
Absolutely.
I've never seen those placements before.
Paired with the landmine though, you get a little more light warning with those landmines. Wheels with bubble, good play. They're also trying to use that that room to try to keep them distanced.
Looks like they tried getting Kurama while he was in his ult form. Usually when you're ulting as Bastion, you were stationary, so you always want to stay hidden from people.
I've seen in the lower lobbies, you can see a lot of newer players.
In the middle of the fight.
Yeah. I've seen a Bastion ult right at the objective.
Ooh.
Right on the payload.
Ooh. Yeah, those are very unfortunate plays when that happens.
In the lower lobbies, you can get away with it though.
Yeah, that is true. It looks like UNM now has the payload, and they have 30 seconds to make it to that point.
All they got to do is, if they keep that distance, they might be able to get a little past that point. All they got to do is meet the point, I believe.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
meet the point. They ooh,
Black hole.
good black hole
They only got 2 players, but that's okay. A
with
counter
freeze.
Black hole. Good job, OCU.
OCU. Looks like it was a C9. Nobody was on point.
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely got to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Key Gator.
Key Gator again as a May.
It's definitely easy to get lost in the action.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got those high pressure games like overtime. It's definitely easy to get lost in trying to kill as many enemy players as possible to try to keep that distance.
Mm-hmm. That was a really beautiful game. It's unfortunate that UNM decided to C9 and not get back on point, but that flanking Junkrat probably is what caused it. So always keep an eye on your Junkrats on Kings Row, because
they can immediately melt down your team.
Mans is a menace to society,
yeah.
But then again, that's what his character is. He's just a menace.
Good idea on OCU's idea to switch to that Junkrat.
Yeah, that Junkrat's definitely what helped him out the most with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't see Tyre on that though. I don't think he had Tyre.
I don't know if he used Tyre at all.
Tyre there plus Zarya's Black Hole is also a really good play.
Absolutely, yeah. OCU's really good with those lamps, I've noticed.
Those lamps are very well placed, especially I can tell that they're waiting for Zarya to use her Black Hole.
That counter Black Hole was really interesting. Good job on Key Gator's side of walling them off before they could try to melt them down.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this earlier, but this is a best of 3 out of 5 games.
Oh, 3 out of 5. Oh,
yeah, it is 3 out of 5.
Hopefully UNM is a little more aware
Reverse
of their
sweep
points.
Reverse sweep maybe in the play.
So it is again UNM's turn to choose a map, I believe.
Yes, UNM's turn to choose a map, so we will see. I'm pretty sure this next one should be Flashpoint. No, it's Flashpoint.
Oh, Flashpoint. We have 2 Flashpoint maps.
Oh, there's no Flashpoint this time? Ah, I am wrong. I am so sorry.
So it might be push.
It could, yeah.
We have 2 push maps, I believe, right? Coliseum?
Yeah.
Coliseum?
Push and capture?
Push and capture.
Either way, we will see what they choose. Honestly, though, Kings Row is definitely really fun.
That was definitely an interesting play. They definitely really were good at utilizing those corners and those choke points.
I really like the room one, like where they all went into the room thinking that they could flank out, but unfortunately got team killed.
Definitely a maker play. It can definitely win you that point or scatter your team.
There's a lot of maker play points with specifically that map. I don't usually see that with like Blizzard World or anything else. Maybe because Blizzard World's more open and there's not that much.
Yeah, definitely with the more open ended maps.
I find games be more interesting when your matches are much more closed off, like Kings Row, like Coliseum as well, since like it's open but it's also really closed off in certain areas. So you're like, oh,
Flashpoint maybe.
Alright, so I was right in the beginning. We are doing a Flashpoint. I was right. I know what I'm doing here.
New Junk City is a fairly newer map.
Alright. Yeah. Which one do you like better? New Junk City or the other one? I can't pronounce it.
I hate Flashpoint. I'm so sorry.
You don't like I don't think anyone likes Flashpoint yet.
I love the maps for like specifically New Junk City. I think it's definitely a cool and different map.
I like the colors. The colors in that map is really fun. Yeah, definitely for me, I see more New Junk City more than the other Flashpoint. I don't know.
Esperanza.
No, it's not. No.
Cervasa.
Yeah, it's Cervasa. I don't play that one often, and when I do, I honestly just want to leave the game. I'm just like, I don't want to play this. But if you do have a really good Lucio, you can reach your points pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Lucio points Or
I found
Lucio on flashpoints is very useful. You would want him.
it's definitely an advantage when you can get to that point further and keep that distance.
Especially with his wall rides.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wall rides are really important. Like if you can, like if you're ever playing on your own or whatever, just practice those wall rides. Like those those can be really beneficial to your teams if you're doing like solo queuing or even like just other like playing with your normal team or whatever.
I've noticed some people also have some different keybinds for wall ride.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Silhouette has the right space on her mouse bound to wall ride, which I find is really interesting. I've never
I usually just
experienced
I
that.
stick to jump.
Yeah,
I
I do.
I stick
I
to
think
that.
most people do.
I think I know someone who uses either C or V as their wall ride. It's weird, but I see it.
Interesting. I know some people have V as their jump.
Mm. Honestly, like the only time that I did switch out like my character's keybinds or whatever was with Lifeweaver when he first came out, since like everything was really off-putting like with his switch or whatever.
I
Like
definitely like the rework.
yeah, the rework that they did, like you could not just press one, like either his heal or his
Much more intuitive.
yeah, it was a lot. At the beginning, he was not very fun to play, but now he's getting better.
He's actually very powerful if you can make those right plays.
Yes, his tree placements are really good.
And definitely those pedal placements too. They can they can take an Orisa out of her
Whee!
ult.
No,
They can save somebody by taking them out of the action momentarily. Immediately speed boosting to try to get to that point first.
both teams have decided to go with Lucio, which is again really smart plays.
Oh, we're seeing a JQ. Very appropriate for the map. OCU
Looks like we see
trying to take
Kiri.
out.
Silhouette playing Kiriko.
Beautiful.
Those were really good.
Kunais. Those kunais can do a lot of damage if
Again, 2 shots with a headshot.
Yeah.
2 shots.
definitely finish off a character really easy. Keeping that distance, good distance.
Looks like they're trying to go back in through that same room. I see a lot of people usually go through the right side. Like usually when you're on the OCU side, I usually see people coming in from the top side or the right side rather than the left side.
I've seen a lot of people go under as well.
I don't usually see that, nor do I play that often. And when I do, I always find it a little weird.
I think it's definitely an interesting approach, but that can immediately get you that objective if the defenders are not expecting it.
Looks like Kurama has already been able to get his Genji's dash. Or his ultimate. So we'll see how he plays that.
Looks like they're about to cap or finish that objective, trying to
Looks
keep
like
them
dash has
out.
been used.
Yeah.
UNM has been able to grab that first point. Again, this game mode's first to 3, right?
Yeah.
3 out of the 5 points. So OCU still has a few chances for them to make a comeback on this, so we'll see how they play and they come back into the middle.
Looks like they've developed a few more ults.
Looks like OCU used a lot of ults in the last fight, so now they need to do some major reworks to come back.
In the higher levels, though, you can develop your ults a lot faster.
I hear 2 separate rushes.
Keygator doing a good approach of staying. This is actually maybe a good time when you're actually low ground, when everyone is focused on the action on high ground.
I mean, like his headshot there was really good.
Absolutely. Headshots on Cassidy can really melt down a character.
Again, knowing where your health packs are when your healers aren't around is really beneficial.
Supports, yeah, absolutely. Keeping that distance on the high ground.
You also got to be careful in like your overheating or like your recharges or whatever.
Absolutely.
Because certain characters will overheat and you have to wait for your character to cool off in order to get back into the game, and that time is crucial.
Absolutely.
You do not want to have that, like especially in the middle of a fight. Like, you do not want that overheat to happen.
Good bubbles from barracks.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely save a player's life immediately with a good bubble.
Mm-hmm. Looks like UNM was able to grab the second point, so...
Seems like they're finding their groove well.
Mm-hmm. Major fight there. There's been a lot of trade-offs, especially with those Lucios.
Absolutely, yeah. Trying to
You
chase
may
down those supports.
Exactly. You may want to always just find those supports or whatever. Like, again, especially those Lucios, if they're really good, like, they can always be a little slippery.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely can make a play when if you take out a Lucio when you're doing a point change.
Ooh, nice. Nice AoE from Bozeman on Lucio. Ooh. That was really clean, waiting for that Genji to finish his deflect in order to immediately hit him with the Shurikens.
Yeah. It's definitely easy to get lost in the action and just start firing away at a deflect. I've definitely had my fair shares of killing off some teammates.
Honestly, always wait when it comes to like the Genjis, like especially with their deflects.
Back in Overwatch 1 when Bastion could just immediately, or well, he didn't have a cooldown for wheels. You had to get really good at Genji because that was really one of the only ways that you could take down wheels. Kurama taking the Zarya from the back.
It looks like UNM may actually take this point.
Good job.
Oh, they switched to a Moira on this map.
Interesting.
Using her orb.
Trying to save that point.
Like, Moira can be a little annoying too with her orbs.
Absolutely. And if you're really good with those fades, you can definitely save a team. Good job to UNM.
Good job, UNM. We are now 1-2. So will we have a reverse sweep in the game?
I definitely think that UNM has a good chance of making it back.
Looks like our tank has been able to get the play of the game this time.
UNM has been really good about getting those play of the games.
In the middle with the rush or whatever. I love Kiri's rush. Like, it boosts everyone's attack speeds, so you're quicker on that. Again, awesome fight. Like, again, we saw a lot of like Lucios with that one specifically. Like, you can see how fast like you have to jump around. If you don't have a Lucio, then you're probably gonna end up losing that match or whatever, since the distance between each point is so big.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not a good idea to get your team staggered when you're on a flash point.
I mean, like, usually people will try to like taxi as well, but most of the time, specifically with those types of maps, you want to stay in the middle unless like you're getting picked off or staggered.
Keeping that distance is definitely important when playing those maps.
I definitely like New Junk City because it's a mixture of both high ground and low ground that you need to keep an eye on. Especially that second point, like with all like the crates or whatever that's around. There's a lot of things that could happen if you're like a Genji or any like wall climb players, like, or characters, heroes.
Definitely a good mixture of open space and closed space as well. In that first point, it was a little closed off, the arena.
Yeah, the arena's really closed off. I mean, like, it's good for like a Far Mercy comp there. Like, I usually see a little bit of Far Mercies, but usually afterwards it switches over to like, most of the time I see Kiri Lucio there, or Lucio. I don't usually see Bap there. Bap I don't usually see, but I see Lifeweaver there a lot.
Yeah.
Ironically with him too, because a lot of people say he's not much of a really good hero support-wise, but in higher level lobbies, like he's really useful, especially like with again like with his petals. His tree is really useful.
Absolutely.
Your
Good tree placement is
mhm.
you can get a lot of play from good tree placement.
Most of the time, if you see him on like on a push, you will have him on the payload or a little bit in
Yeah.
front of, because that tree can block people's attacks.
Yeah.
Like
You
you
gotta
could.
be careful though because it can also block your
Mhm.
teammates. Good
It's like
coordination.
May's ice wall.
Yeah.
May's ice wall is also another thing. Like if you're playing with your team and like they don't call it an ice wall and you're about to ult, you're like
Lower lobbies, you
lower lobbies
with
are
the
definitely there.
with less communication.
Looks like our next map's gonna be Circuit Royale. Oh, Coliseum
Coliseum.
instead. Okay.
Great map.
That is a really good map. We were just talking about it earlier about
Yeah.
like the whole Far Mercy with the open area but still having closed off. Like really good open fights, but majority of the best fights there are the closed off fights. Like you are literally in those corners on right next to the high ground. So probably with this one we'll see Hanzo, we will see
Some Lucio, it's definitely important to get
Mhm.
to that bot really quick.
Yes, Lucia will be used here most likely. But I think we'll probably see Widow here. Widow, Junkrat, and Hanzo we will probably see from both teams.
In that long hallway, with the bot in the middle, there's definitely a good
Widows.
distance to
Widows are
get.
really. Actually, no, I think Hanzos are more of a menace there. Because I always have more trouble with Hanzos than I do with Widows.
Hanzo's definitely better when it comes to being able to defend
Mhm.
himself.
Yeah. I mean, like with Widows, like you can usually tell where their placements are, especially like when they hold their charge or their primary. When you hold it to 100 and you shoot, they have like that trail, so you can find the general area that they're at. I mean, like also calling out where those players are is also another thing. Like you always need to ping and talk to your team.
Absolutely.
Like just talk and have like again trust each other, have that communication. Because if you're not communicating with each other, things are not gonna work out well in the end. You know?
UNM has really good communication.
Mhm.
Barracks,
I love hearing barracks in VC whenever we're like doing our practices or whatever. Like this is just like me gushing or whatever because like I love my teams. But like hearing each of them like do their call outs and stuff. Each person has like a specific call out and it's great. Looks like we're heading in. So again, we can kind of see here once we go like into the inside when we see the robot or whatever. So like again, we will we will see if they will go Lucio's. We'll probably see Lucio's here.
if you have time and you can just create a custom game and take a look all around at the scenery because the game developers did a beautiful job with the graphics.
I really wish I did like a little bit more scenery looking here because I really do like that fountain. That
It's
fountain's
also
really pretty.
really good when if it's a newer map so you can find those health
Mhm.
packs and find those good spots
With
where
Samoa right now,
yes, yeah,
like definitely looking around Samoa for you to find those health packs is will be really helpful.
absolutely, yeah.
Like we could see like this huge open area that like wall rides here is really useful.
Absolutely.
Oh, looks like we are having some technical difficulties here. Please stand by while we are trying to fix this whole technical difficulty. Oh,
Oh,
we are
and we are
back
back.
on. We are live again.
Looks like we do have that
The Lucio. Surprise! Ooh, the other OCU decided to go with Orisa here. I do not see a Lucio, but I do see an Alari here.
Alari can do a lot of damage.
Mhm.
And she is pretty good with that long distance sometimes.
Mhm.
If you got that aim, you can definitely do some damage.
Her headshots are really good.
Absolutely, yeah. Even body shots, if you get enough, like,
Enough charge on it.
yeah.
Sojourn here is also pretty good too, because of her what is that, like her bomb that has like her electricity out? What's that called?
That's a great question.
Ooh. Looks like a major role there.
Good job, OCU, immediately getting the bot.
Mm-hmm. I said this earlier that we may see a Sombra, and I see a Sombra here. So we will see how that plays out specifically. Especially with her new rework.
Sombra is definitely a more complex character. You really gotta get that communication in with your team.
Mm-hmm. Having that communication will be a major help.
Mm-hmm.
Good dash on that.
Kurama's really good with his dashes.
Mm-hmm. It looks like we're having a little bickering in the chat about Sombra not being allowed. She is allowed in, with her new update. She is allowed in game, not compared to, um, new map or whatever.
Oof. Immediately javelin to the space. You can do a lot of damage with,
With
that
javelin, I honestly despise javelin.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we are paused. Alright. While we are waiting for them to start up again, we will see what is going on. Oh, they decided to pause.
Ah.
Yes. So, as I said earlier, we did end up seeing a Sombra in. I'm guessing they're checking the rulebook because someone said that it's not allowed, but I'm pretty sure she is allowed when I last checked. Like what, 30 minutes before we came on?
NCEE?
Yeah, NECC.
NCC is really strict about their rules, though.
Yeah, that is true. We do not want like a forfeit or something. So
Absolutely.
it's always good to check on. It's always good to check. So again, though, good use of the Sombra though, because we immediately saw like that hack plus her virus
Absolutely, yeah.
that like 90 over 10 seconds, that damage over time now plus with the virus is really good right now. So I wonder if they're gonna keep that or they're gonna like somehow rework it in mid-season. You know? I kind of hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But that's coming from a Sombra main. Gotta love being annoying to the tanks. You know? How do you feel?
I hate Sombra. I'm so sorry. Looks like we're unpausing our game.
Alright, I think our technical issue has been salvaged.
Looks like Sombra is allowed.
Hee.
Pushing in on Barracks to see if they can get him low enough.
Looks like Sombra is down.
Again, it's really important to have that communication with you play Sombra because she is a little delicate when she is not invisible.
She is definitely a glass cannon of the game.
Absolutely.
Good team
ult.
kill.
Absolutely, yeah. UNM is really proficient when it comes to team kills.
Especially with that Nano Genji. That definitely helped out a lot.
You definitely see a lot of Nano Blade when you get a song.
In higher levels.
Yeah.
Like, definitely, that's another big thing. Another thing to worry about, too, that UNM needs to think about is pylon placement.
Absolutely.
Because those placements are going to be a major issue.
Pylons can do a lot of healing
Oh,
output,
you can see that output right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely important. Yep.
It's like
Barracks taking down that pylon immediately.
Looks like OCU's trying to get back, lost
A little
distance.
bit of staggering.
Looks like OCU was able to get back control of the robot, so they still have a lot of distance. That distance on at the top, it may seem like not that much, but in the long run, it is a great amount of distance that they need to get back.
Especially when you the bot is considerably slow.
Yeah, the bot is I don't know how to say that.
Considerably.
Yes, considerably.
And it also takes a break when you get to a certain point. It'll scratch its back.
Oh yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah. So especially when you're on a time crunch, it's definitely.
I think like another issue is with this map or whatever. It's like once it gets to a certain point, and like you get closer to the other team's spawn. So if you die and you're not getting back quickly enough, it does a lot of or negates a lot of distance taken.
I'm seeing a lot of interesting Sombra and
Genji
plays. Yeah.
I don't usually see that often. I've never really seen like a Genji Sombra play.
We're definitely seeing a lot more Sombra since the rework. So we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting different plays with Sombra.
Good pylon.
Absolutely. It's so important to get that pylon. But if you're there are some really good Alari players.
And as we see here, the robot's taking a little break after pushing its wall. But that means now UNM has the advantage because they have the closer spawn point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looks like Kurama is able to have He has his blade ready, so I'm guessing he's waiting for the
We
right
might see.
moment.
Oh, here we go.
Here's the blade. Plus nano.
Another nano blade. Waiting for the
I'm
bubble
waiting.
to wear off. Beautiful.
Nice. Good
Another
team
team
kill. So this is like now where they need to be really careful since they are really close to the other opponent or OCU's spawn point.
It's definitely important to keep your supports in mind. Make
Mhm.
sure they're with you, but also safe.
I love those sprays.
Looks like we now see an Ashe. That's an interesting play towards the end.
Mhm. Maybe because of like her hinder and her
Absolutely,
fire. Ooh, nice blade there.
yeah.
Nice headshot.
It's definitely easy to get a little staggered towards the end when you're
Mhm.
really pushed for time.
Yes.
Switch into that tracer.
Now it's just trying to keep people off.
I see a lot of ball and tracer plays whenever you get stuck getting crunched for time or
Especially in this map.
yeah, absolutely.
Like ball with his grapple and again going in circle. Ooh, we are now tied 2-2.
2-2. This is a 3 of 5, right?
Yep. So this should be the last match.
This is a long game.
Oh, play the game.
Congratulations, Karama.
Congratulations again.
Some beautiful plays with those nano blades. Well deserved.
Especially that waiting with that Baptiste when he was up in
Yeah.
air. You always got to be careful with his super jump. I see a lot of people play Baptiste as like a Quake player. Like if you ever played Quake before, you know how like you jump around a lot in order for you to gain speed and stuff or gain damage and stuff. It's sort of similar with Baptiste, and I see a lot of newer players playing like him. I'm not sure if anyone here has played Quake before, but hey, that's it's an older game. But either way, like we again as we saw there, like huge coordination between really two difficult DPS characters.
Absolutely, yeah. It takes a lot of skill to master, or even just get good with Genji and Sombra. You really have to be good at balancing those abilities.
Especially like with, especially that rework. A lot of people were upset about it at the beginning, but I guess maybe because like she's getting more annoying in a way, especially with that virus. But using that Genji dash and that Sombra EMP and her hack does a lot of hindrance.
Really impressed with Keygator. He really balanced those abilities well while also still maintaining with the team.
Yeah, that is true. I love watching Keygator play. Like
He's a great
his DPS is really good. Again, like wow, those blades be like just jumping around. I can barely keep up half the time.
That's Karama.
Yes, I am very tired. I completely forgot who is who. I'm so sorry, team. You guys can you guys can yell at me later. That's my fault. All right. So we are now just waiting for the final map, which should just be a escort map.
The pressure is on this time.
Yes. Will there be a reverse sweep? Havana is our map that's gonna be playing. They did ban Circuit Royale. Honestly, I don't like Circuit. I don't like Circuit. Which push map do you like, or which escort map?
I think it depends.
It really does depend. Circuit Royale is definitely like not my favorite though.
It's not too bad, but I definitely think you can have some opinions when you don't have a great team.
Dang, that's kind of honestly though. Yeah, especially when you're playing by yourself and it's
Solo queuing, yeah.
solo queuing on both comp or unranked or whatever. Like dang, sometimes it just you want to pull your hair out because of people. Gotta love it.
Especially people trying to rank up again with the new season.
Especially with that rank decay as well. Each
Yeah.
season with that rank decay, you always gotta get it back up quickly.
Blizzard's also really cracking down on levers.
Yes. Looks like we are getting ready to go in. Nice. So again, will we be seeing a reverse sweep here, or will OCU be able to hold off?
OCU has been really good on defense and also attack.
Mhm. So we will see how this whole entire game plays out. What do you think we're gonna see here?
We might see some long distance
Characters?
characters, as this is a great map.
So
we might see a pharmacy actually. There's a lot of
there
open
is a lot of open space. Oh, I see a sim. I see,
Sim is definitely a popular choice when you go on the defense.
especially right now. Like she is really good right now. That teleporter is really powerful, and her sim turrets are really good.
Havana has a lot of vegetation too, a lot of good hiding spots for.
Are they all crouching?
They're all trying to sneak up, I believe.
They're all crouching, staying in a back corner.
Interesting tactic.
Mm.
Great. We can build a snow fortress.
What are they doing? Immediate push out. Dang.
Immediate push.
Immediate push in. They are not leaving any room.
When you get to the higher lobbies, you definitely see a lot more complex plays.
We see them using the back exit, so they can actually try getting out and reaching that point.
Trying to push them back, getting that distance, good wall.
Good wall there.
Good lamp in return. Immediate wheels.
Ooh.
Taking down barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Team might start falling apart.
We will see.
When having those risky plays, there's definitely a huge risk of having your team falling apart.
Honestly, I think they're just having a little bit of fun at the opening part, especially going really close up to point. Or their spawn. I've never seen that in any other game.
Getting that payload guided.
They need to watch out for that corner specifically. A lot of stuff can happen in that corner. It looks like they're going for the high ground.
High ground, really important, really good when having high ground.
Oh, they switched over to Sig.
Definitely good placement when having
His shield.
yeah.
His shield placement could be really good.
A lot of people use that sort of little perch, or little hiding room. Good comeback from UNM, taking back control.
I mean, you still need to be careful when you're playing as a Bastion, especially when you're in turret form, because his headshot's a lot bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you always want to avoid that.
Building up ults really fast.
You always want to keep track of that specifically.
Absolutely. Oh,
Ooh,
it looks
good
like they
wall.
might try to take down that Sigma.
Using
Good job.
using that wall right at the right at that corner really does help out a lot.
Looks like we might have some staggering going on.
Good wall off from Bastion and everyone else.
Karama is very good with those walls.
That ice wall was really good,
Absolutely.
especially in that room corner.
In some cases, staggering isn't a bad thing because it's a good idea to maybe spread your resources out and try to take down different people.
Exactly.
But it's also really important to know when to group back up, protect your supports.
You may, as a May player as well, you also have that ice, or her ice block, that's a little self-heal that she has.
Looks like we're also actually seeing a Widow play.
Oh, there's a Widow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pork on Widow. This is a great place to play your long distance characters like Ashe, Widow.
Looks like a sim shield has been put up.
Good black hole. Oh, great.
Oh, I hear the fire. I hear the fire.
Lava, yeah.
Got-
lot of ults.
You gotta watch out for that. Maybe because it's like the last 30 seconds
Yeah.
that everyone's starting, or the OCU's starting to use their ults. Like they're trying to get it out as quickly as they can.
Looks like UNM's kind of staggered.
I mean, that worked out in OCU's favor because now they get extra time once they reach up to that point.
Looks like we're also seeing another Widow mirror.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Good headshot.
that was a nasty headshot. Wow. Ouch. Hold up, what?
You just left your team. It's okay.
Again, we can see a bit of staggering now with UNM. Everyone's a little bit spread out, so we'll see how that's gonna work out.
Keygator is gone. He has that grapple though, so he can get back relatively quick.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to take that high ground.
Ooh, good reflect off of the Moira orb though.
Absolutely.
I forgot that Genji can reflect her orb.
You can reflect a lot of things. That's why it's good when having like maybe an echo beam. You can just go right
Mhm.
through that deflect.
Yeah, Genji can reflect ults, but those are pretty hard to hit as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, sometimes I can see, like, a Genji reflecting Bastion ult, but that's really difficult to do. Because you need to be looking straight up and have it come directly at you.
We're seeing some staggering on OCU.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, they have some time.
Ooh,
Good bubble.
good bubble. You don't want to attack somebody when they're in bubble since it builds Zarya's ult quicker.
Karama just
Karama
going
popping off.
in. We might see a blade soon.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how that's gonna work.
Here we
There's the
have
blade. Ooh, unlucky.
No one can hide from my sight.
We have what's this?
That's Widow's walls. Like she can look through walls, but I think only for like about 12, 13 seconds.
Those 12, 13 seconds can really help your
Mhm.
team though.
It does help out your team because it shows everybody on your team where they are.
OCU and UNM's tanks really good with their bubbles.
Mm-hmm. They know exactly when to push it out.
In the lower ranks, you can really see like some tanks really struggling with trying to balance your own bubbles and
Mhm.
enemy bubbles.
Most of the time, I just see them using it on themselves, not on anyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah. Definitely important to help out your supports or your low teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Karama's going for the
Widow.
Widow. That's a great idea. They can do a lot of damage if unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a Moira play.
Moira can be really annoying to play with too, as well. Like I don't see her in upper lobbies. I usually see her around gold. But
in the lower lobbies, a lot of people like it. She kind of has that
yeah,
auto lock.
she has that auto lock. She's a really easy character to learn. Like she's a beginner friendly character.
I know a lot of people start with Moira and
Oh,
get
look.
into the game in Moira.
Looks like we went into ball and also we are in overtime.
Looks like they're trying to keep the game with Tracer.
Ooh,
Job.
that is a really good play.
And
OCU
kept them into overtime as well.
kept them into overtime. OCU now has 1 point when they can have 3, correct?
OCU really needs to keep that
The defense up.
Yeah. They don't have any time, but if they can keep that defense up, they can turn the tides.
Isn't it with this next round, if UNM makes it to their specific point, the match is
Yeah.
over?
It's always matching that point, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Except on push, I believe, where if you just make it, if you have it in your possession, when the timer goes off, I believe.
Not like with the distance?
I think it's whoever has it in your possession.
Looks like OCU decided to go with Reaper. That's an interesting character to play.
It might help with Zarya. She doesn't have a lot of good momentum movement, so if she just unbubbles, or well, when her bubble runs out, you can immediately just melt her down.
Especially with his death pedal as well.
Absolutely. That's why it's really important for the supports to keep your Zarya or your tank in line of sight. Looks like they're going for a similar tactic.
They're all doing.
Oh, with Junkrat as well. OC is really good with their jungler
I love how
plays.
they're all just crouching in that corner. It's so funny.
Maybe this is an untapped higher rank secret that we
Maybe.
don't know about.
Maybe. We're probably too low to
Yeah.
understand. Good push out immediately though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like
Great
immediate that
balancing.
stagger. They got Reaper out of his teleport and immediately picked him off.
Absolutely.
That
Good
was-
anti too.
that was-
Silhouette's really good with her
Mhm.
antis.
That was a fast push and
Absolutely.
immediate on point.
Seems like UNM has really gotten into their groove.
Mm-hmm.
Already heading back towards trying to stall them as much as possible.
Looks like Genji has that bubble and he's
Looks like they switched back to their Sojourn and
Yeah,
Widow
Widow.
play.
I guess they tried something new and I guess it did not work. So I mean it's a good idea to like switch back to characters that actually do work within like your team or whatever.
It's definitely important to know.
Mhm.
Merrick's trying to chase down their support.
They just need to watch out for. They always need to have at least someone on point.
Absolutely.
Like
yeah.
you do not want to C9.
Another incidence of King Row.
Wait, I don't think they know what C9ing is.
So C9 is referring back to a team called Cloud9, and they were a really good team, but they often left the objective, so they often lost.
In overtime, correct?
I don't know. I actually just recently learned about C9.
Oh, okay. I just know that term. Ooh. Good pick off of with Silhouette as Ana.
Silhouette's really good with those quick shots and her
Mhm.
antis. She spends a lot of time on
Ana's a really strong character, especially since she can do both healing and damage. Like her damage output's really good.
It definitely takes a lot of skill to get proficient with those sleeps, though. We
Mhm.
might see some blades soon. They're anti, so they might just take down that lamp and go.
Oh,
into
good
there.
deflect right there though.
Absolutely.
Too bad that beam's really strong and it goes through.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's like the one issue.
Barracks is really charged, so he's probably gonna get in there and go try to do as much damage as possible.
Staying in that corner, or keeping them out of that room.
Lucio is staggered.
Mm-hmm.
OCU is really gonna want to try to get back as soon as possible. We might see a ball play or a tracer play.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Kurama decided to stick with his blade, so they're probably just waiting.
Silhouette also has her nano, so we might try to see. Oh,
Oh, that is game.
good
Good
job,
job,
Cherry.
good job, UNM Cherry.
Let's see who got play of game.
All right, who got play of game?
A Barracks.
Barracks.
Good job,
yay!
Barracks.
Oh yeah, that inner corner as well with the freeze.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was really good, especially that bomb pick as well. Like, especially with that Torb pick off as well, that was really good. Alright, Alright. That was a really awesome game in and itself with NECC. We got to see a reverse sweep from
Absolutely.
UNM, which is amazing. Aside from that one C9 in Kings Row, that was a
UNM turned it around though.
Although that really nasty widow, like that
Yeah.
small window and immediate headshot with the other widow, that was amazing. So all in all, what did you think of like the games in themselves?
I think OCU is a fierce opponent, and they definitely gave UNM a run for their money.
Yes, especially with those first two matches. Like,
Absolutely.
wow, I could
Looking
tell.
bleak.
I could tell with the first game, like UNM was really just trying to test the waters because that's what I
yeah.
noticed that they do. Like they test the waters with every first round just to see like, okay, what are your play styles, so then we can immediately counter.
UNM definitely got into their groove though,
Mhm.
and definitely started to get those team kills, which really turned those games around.
Those team kills are always important.
Absolutely, especially like you're sending all the teams back and trying to get those back to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely getting the advantage on those time crunches.
Well, that is all from us as your commentators tonight. This Again, these were really awesome gameplays, so I hope you guys enjoyed those games, and I hope our team now rests well this weekend since we are now officially on fall break. So we are gonna log off now. Again, I'm Lumi Luna and Jazz from UNM Esports as your Overwatch coordinator, and
I am Kay, also known as Chaos Rising, and I work for production. And I also do social media.
so we are gonna be logging off, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Have a good fall break.
Yeah, have a good fall break, guys. Rest up.